share my screen. Okay. Do you see the screen?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, great. So now let us, we finished VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. Now let us look at another way to do the same thing, what we have been doing, and that is called as a match and index. So VLOOKUP is one function which provides us a lookup facility. But here we are talking about uh, two functions, match and index, and we'll see how they really work. Just a quick reason why we want to do it. Why? What is the comparison? So VLOOKUP, we had seen that it can only look right. That you're where what you can look up is basically has to be in the leftmost column. And when you say leftmost column, we mentioned that you know you could redefine the table array. I mean, it did not start with column A. When you say leftmost, it need not be column A. It could be column B, column C, or something. But it is. It can only look up right. It can't look up left. Whereas index and match would look both left or right in the table. So that is the one advantage. Index and match can work with horizontal or vertical ranges. So VLOOKUP can only use vertical, but obviously we know that HLOOKUP can do horizontal. So that's not a big problem per se. Uh, Index and match can work with data sorted in descending order. It needs sorting, obviously, if you're looking at approximate match, but it can also work with descending order per se. Uh, and fourth, and then I think it's most important thing, you have a large set of data, maybe like a lakh record or 2 lakh record, 5 lakh record, then index and match is faster. So a challenge we look up is that it is become slow. So though there are 4 points in favor of index and match, the first one and the fourth one are very important. That the kind of flexibility that you get with index and match, and when the say data is large. Now our data is very small for training purpose, but in real life you may have 1 lakh record, 5 lakh records. Then index and match would be faster. Obviously, the advantage why we should do VLOOKUP also. So why I'm not teaching directly index and match. Why we are anyway getting into VLOOKUP. For a very simple reason, it is just one function that you need to configure. It's a great starting point, and it is everywhere. I mean, you get some data, VLOOKUP will be used. To an extent that many times when we send MBA students for internship, invariably the companies will ask, do these people know VLOOKUP? So if they know VLOOKUP, they are welcome. So many times in advanced Excel, the only thing that is kind of very must, you can't just have advanced Excel course without that thing is VLOOKUP, because it's kind of required. It is used widely, or it has been used widely. In the recent version, there also come up lookup, which has come up, but that is with the less recent version. So people still use VLOOKUP, and match and index is faster, better kind of a thing. So we'll look at that part of it. So there are two functions. So you need to be sure what each one of it does. So we have got the same data, whatever we had looked at, and let us understand what does match does and what does index do. So let us say match. So I'll just start typing in, and I'll just say, let me just zoom it a little bit. Okay, so let me just say match, and I'll invoke this function argument. So this will returns the relative position of an item in an array. So it doesn't return the value; it returns a position in the array. So that is what it does. So it is a very similar syntax. So first is lookup value. So that is what you select, Rajesh here, and that's in the first name. So we have to give a lookup array. So that's kind of a column. It could be either column or a row. Either way, it could be there. So let me just select that lookup array, which is I could select the entire column for that matter, and then match type. Here again you have an option. This could be 1, 0, or -1. So we are looking at exact match. So we look at 0 and we just say okay. So here we get 6. So if we really go here, we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it basically found the row number basically for us. Now this has happened because we have started with B1. If we start our data with B2, then it will be different. So we need to know that. Now next is index. Index will return value. So that's a typical outer function. So we already looked at match, which is if we say this is the format. Let us look at index. Index. Let me just type in index, and let me just. There are two actually um, formats or two ways index will be used. One could be for array, like a simple kind of array, or it could be used for a tabular thing. So right now we'll use for a singular array. So we want to find index. So we'll let us say we'll take the same array. Let us take B. Here we are selecting array first. Then we put the row number, which is 6 here, and close the array. Then we get the back Rajesh. Okay. So what we did, match me, we just got the index and then we got the position and then we just found what is there at this position. Now this is not really useful, but just to illustrate how this would really work. How this really works or should be used is something like this. You start with index because that will give a value ultimately, right? So let me just start with index. Okay. An index will give me an array. Need to kind of find something. So here I want an extension. So let me select this D column. And I want to know the row number. Okay. For that, I start using match. So let me just do this match. Okay. Now match will now say what is the lookup value. So it picks up a lookup value. And it should say the lookup array. Now here you have to be very careful. When we are doing indexing, we are selecting the entire column. So it is starting with D1. So for lookup array for match also you have to start a lookup array where we are going to look up that is last name. So start with the kind of take a whole column. Okay. Then you say exact match. So I'm just taking 0. So we have a less than, exact match, and greater than. So there's no approximate match kind of a thing. It's less than, exact match, or greater than. So you actually can work with either descending or ascending order because of that. You kind of mention that. So anyway, here we need 0. So we just put that. And I didn't close it second time, so I have to close that. And you get this it is 214. So you get the same effect as what you got for the VLOOKUP. Just that there are two different functions that are there. So similarly, you can do for first name, Anaga, and you can do the extension. Let us do what we want to do. So let me actually do it other way around. Let me actually say extension and give us what was Anaga. Okay, 4321. So we'll do that 4321. And here we'll try to get first name. So we'll try to go left. That is why actually we were using index and match. Why to go for two functions when there is one function happening? Because we want to go in the left side. So start with index. Index. We need to show the array in which the first name is. In that array we want to find out value. So let me select the entire column. And then I want to give a row number where I should get that first name. For that, I use match. For match, there is a lookup value, which is here h10, comma lookup array. Again, I have to extension. I have to pick up the entire column. I need to be consistent here, and here I take 0 and close it. Sorry, I have to close it twice. It gives me that error, but otherwise I get the result as another. So I could, given the extension without switching the columns, I could now find the first one. Okay, so this is how it is done. I want you to give a try. Maybe after a couple of minutes, I will copy paste these two functions in the chat box. But just start doing it in your practice file. First, for the find the extension for a given last name, and then find the first name for the given extension. Do it. Maybe after 2 minutes, I'll paste the formula. But I want you to give it a try. So just start doing it. And if you want me to repeat, let me know. I'll repeat that for you. Let me just copy paste the first one. Please let me know once you are done by putting done in the chat box. Okay, so I could see Hemant has done.
Hi, Shrikant. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so I think the exercise what you gave me, I think I put the column heading wrongly. So I just corrected it.
Great. Yeah. So we'll discuss that exercise today after we do this VLOOKUP.
Okay, yeah, yeah, no
We'll
problem.
discuss that. Yeah. Actually, we'll see. I will actually ask some one of you to kind of present it. How did you do it? Kind of thing. So let us see
Mm.
who has done it, and then accordingly, I'll pick up one of you to kind of quickly present it.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Sure. Is Rujita also done? Okay. Let us wait for a couple of minutes for other to catch up, and then we'll move on. Is this clear to everyone? Please feel free to ask me to repeat in case it is not clear. Okay. So let us move on and let us look at two-way lookup. So basically, we talked about when we saw index, we realized that there is actually two forms. We could either give a single column or a row, or we can give a tabular kind of a thing. So that is what we'll see now. So here we have got the same data which we have seen for heat map, where we have clothing in the rows in different divisions and the different territories as columns. And we want to have a simple lookup where we do product is furniture, zone is west. So product is furniture, that is here, and zone is west. So we want this 46,209 here. And as we keep on changing, we should be able to get the revenue over here. That is what the uh, the ask is. That is what we want to do. Now, how do I go about doing it? Let me just show you. So I'll just take index. That's an outer thing. And here I will let me take the entire reference. That's the whole thing. Okay. And then I take a row number. So for that I use a match. I want a row number. So the row number has to be depending on clothing, electronics, furniture kind of a thing. So let us say furniture. Okay, so that is what we want to get. Uh, and in which array you have to find out? You have to find it in A column. So I get that, and then I have to have exact match. So this gave me the the row. Right? Now we need to have column because we are getting the whole rectangular thing. So to get column again, I do another match. So I do match. This time I will look for the zone. So I say west. I want to have a lookup array. So I pick up the entire row and I will put 0 as exact match. And I close. And let me now close again. Okay. And now I press enter and I get 46,209. So if you look at carefully, what we have done earlier, we used to have index and match because we were only looking at one column per se. Now we are looking at the entire kind of a rectangular data. So we need both row as well as column, and that is where we are using this to match. We are calling match function twice, and then using index for it. Now again, this is something which is perhaps difficult to do with VLOOKUP, but kind of very easily done with match and index. So that is it will be done as a two-way lookup. Sometimes you get data in this format, and you could kind of play with it. So let us test it whether it is working fine or not. So let us say groceries, and we do get one word. So let us say south. Yes, and here we get 44,491. Let me copy paste this, but I want you to just try doing it yourself. Try building it yourself. If you just can't make it, then you refer to it. Otherwise, just take a couple of minutes to try doing it yourself, and then you can just uh, copy paste this. Just a couple of minutes to try doing it, and if you see difficulty or doubt, please ask me. Okay, so Hemant is done. Let us wait for 1 more minute for others to catch up. Okay, Krishna is also done. Now we have only one thing left in VLOOKUP with match is that we'll actually try to combine what we call as a VLOOKUP and match. So obviously we have seen enough examples of match and index and we saw how it works together. We also saw how can you do index and twice. We are using match twice. There is also a way you can use VLOOKUP and match together. And there's a reason, specific reason why you want to do it, which is um, interesting thing. So let me just quickly put up VLOOKUP function first, and then I will show you how do we use match. Okay. So this is the one which we kind of know, same data. So we just put VLOOKUP. Now I guess you know the VLOOKUP function anyway. There's a lookup value, and then I have to pick up a table array. So let me take the entire table array, and then I put column index, which is extension. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then false, and I close the bracket. So this is doing the work. I mean, a year 3983. This is doing the work. Now, those who have any background in programming would be aware of this term called as hard coding. So in programming, we use the word hard coding very prominently. When we say hard coding is something you should avoid. So what is this hard coding? So if you look at this formula carefully, you will see that H3 is there. So you're not really hard coding the name. We are putting the value here, and which can change that value here. You have to obviously put a range, and somewhere we are putting this 4 number, which is this extension. Now, what is happening is if you add a column in between somewhere, let us say I just add a column here for something, just some column kind of added. The whole thing becomes 0 here simply because we have said fourth column, right? So the moment you put a column here, it kind of disturbs things. So if I put one more column, it will even further disturb. So by putting couple of columns, I would actually disturb this whole because there when you say 1, 2, 3, 4, you say 1, 2, 3, 4. That is D, which doesn't have anything. So we have hard coded 4, so to say. So the way to do is not to really hard code. How do not to do it hard code? That is where we'll use a match function. So just let me show you how we are doing it, and I'm sure you will quickly realize how to handle this. So what we need to really do is that I will use match here, and match we know requires a lookup value. So we'll look for extension. We'll look for extension in the header row. So let me just uh, sorry I4 comma. I would pick up the lookup array, which is the top one, and then I would say it is obviously exact match. And let me close this thing. But obviously we are back to business. So now if you see it, we need to go a little here. Uh, I here is here 3983. Because what we are doing, we are actually searching. Now the extension is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that match has returned that 6. And that's the reason we could do it. If I get rid of this column, it still works. If I get rid of this column, it still works. Simply because we have not mentioned anywhere 4. They said, okay, find me a number, you know, eh, where, what you say is a column number, where extension is located in the first row. And that is what we get 4. Now it is 4, so it gives me 4. So I'm not hard coding that 4. So sometimes if you're not sure whether your data is going to be, reference data is going to be changed, some more columns get added and all that. This one change can make your VLOOKUP more robust. It will not break that way. So that is an advantage of doing this. Huh? So just take a couple of few minutes to do this in your practice file. Try building it. I will also copy paste for your reference, but just try to do it yourself. VLOOKUP, I'm sure you can do it. Just that you have to change that 4 with this match function. So just start doing it. I'm putting it for your reference in the chat window. Okay, it's like Rujita is saying try doing it in I6 and I7 and got NA. Uh, 6 and
So that was for the double matchup that we did. Yeah, the heat map one. Tried
okay.
doing it again and I couldn't
Uh-huh.
get it. So I've kept it as it is. Once we are done with it, I will try and share the screen with you and then ask you.
Perfect, perfect.
Okay.
Will do. This is the last thing for the day in a way. After that, we'll look at the assignment. But yeah, just want to see once you are done, uh, let us know by putting done. Okay. So Krishna is saying, can you repeat the process after adding 2 columns? Okay. So, I mean, adding the new column was just to illustrate that this kind of thing works. So I just put it down here and write down the formula. It works whether you add, not add kind of a thing. So let me just build that formula again. So I'll go in step by steps. I'll first do VLOOKUP, and in VLOOKUP I look up the value here. I pick up the entire tabular array and I put 4 column because that's an extension. And then I just say exact match. So this is what I do typically with VLOOKUP. I get 3983. Now this doesn't work once I start inserting columns. So that is what. So we put 1 column, 2 columns. This is what will happen, that we will not be able to get the right thing. Now, so we need to change this. So how do we change this? So instead of 4 that we have put there, we need to put in a match function which will return the value of extension column. That is what we are trying to do. So right now we are putting 4, which is hard coding. We want to get that 4 or 5. Now it should be 5. So actually if I put 5, it works, right? Because I know it is 5. But what if I want to automate it such a way that we don't need to change it? That is where we can use the match function. So let me replace that 5 with match. And I just put, and let me do one thing even otherwise. Let us say we have put this 5 here. So we'll put a match function here just to see what this comes. So say match. We want to have a lookup value. So we want to search for extension in first header column, and then we want exact match. So let me just put that exact match. And right now it is giving 5. Okay. If I delete this column, it will give me 4. Okay. And my this thing comes uh, actually goes wrong in a bit because this is I put 5 there, so that it takes value from the fifth column. So this is wrong because but the match thing will work properly. So I could take the same uh, formula and replace here that 5 thing with that match formula, and now it gives the right thing. Even I add insert a column, it changes that accordingly and gives me the right results. So even if I can add as many column as I want, anywhere where I put in, it still ensures that uh, no, sorry, it didn't work. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, because I'm putting before last name. VLOOKUP has to be the last name has to be the leftmost column. So this will not work because of that, not because of anything else. Because the leftmost column has to be there where we do lookup. So that's the reason it will not work. But if I put elsewhere, it will work. Yeah? So VLOOKUP has that limitation that where I'm looking up has to be the leftmost column. That's the reason that was not working. Is this clear, Krishna? Krishna, is this clear to you? Okay. Uh, so we are done for today. So I think it's a time for us to look at the assignment. So just raise your hand. Sorry, let me just see what Hemant is saying. He's saying we look up I3 match A4 E0. I am getting any. Okay, let me just put this in here.
No, just remove that any part.
Yeah. Okay, so let us debug it. So we look up I3. So let me just put. So you are searching for
Sir, it
I3.
has to be J3, not I3.
Huh. It's not J3 A1 to F11. Okay, let me just delete those columns. Or okay, I think that because I have a column that could have gone wrong. So let me just delete this. Um, F2, okay, H3. The first part is okay. We look up A1 to D11, which is also fine because we are not really looking at E part, which is okay. And then match A4CC0. Then I think you missed that last match type. Uh, False, exact match. Okay.
No, no, no. I think the problem here looks to be
Match.
when you bring that match, match. What is the match column should be put?
Okay. So in match, I have put first you have to put array which is A4. So that, oh, okay, okay. You should not put from there. You are looking at extension, right? So that you should have somewhere here, no, for yourself. This one. Then you
Okay,
put you put a row. So not you have put sorry it's G4, and then you have to put the row because you are searching in that row. So you are searching in this row what is the number at which extension is found, which is 4 here. That is what you are searching.
Correct, correct.
I
Okay.
think this should be okay now. Yes. So
Yeah, that was
in
missing.
match, yeah, in match
I
you have
didn't got
to, you're searching for the row. In this row, what is the number of extension? So one, two, three, four. If you put something in between, it will count as 5. And that way it will replace.
it.
Any other getting problem? Okay. Okay, so how many of you done this assignment? Can you just raise your hand? Okay, so I could see Rujita, Hemant. Okay, only two of you. So who will like to present it? I guess any one of you can present.
So I haven't used REPT and round, but otherwise I don't mind presenting it. But I haven't used those two function formulae.
But you got the same output.
Yeah, I've got the output.
Okay, so let us do one thing. Let us get Hemant to present it first. We used REPT. They will
Okay.
ask you to present to see how you could do it otherwise. In Excel, that is a beauty. You
Okay.
could do it in multiple ways. So we'll see both the ways of doing
Okay.
it.
Sure, sir.
So Hemant, you can do it. Let me stop presenting. And Hemant can go first.
So what is that present? Why it
Uh,
is not?
Present now, and you have to present the entire screen.
Are you able to see now?
Yeah, it is coming in. Yes.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. I think this was the data was given, and the exercise was to get the percentage, show the percentage difference, correct? So I did first the normal way of just doing the minus and this thing, and then get the status. Okay, so I put this formulas just to get used to my this thing. But yeah, the exercise starts from here, the percentage change. So how do you get a percentage change? Is the actual value minus the budgeted value divided by the budgeted value into 100, because we want to get a percentage. But if you don't multiply it by 100, then if you apply here this percentage over here, or drop down in the percentage, then I cannot get that integer value. So I just change that to divide by 100, and then I got, and also I did a rounded, because if you see this, there could be a chances that you might get a division which is not giving the results. Okay, so that is where, or sorry, the or after the 100, so if there is a decimal, so I wanted to get rounded. So in this case I got a 0 value, and so this gives me a percentage change with the positive and the negative. Okay, so then I put a column G where it is exceed budget and under budget. So I just put a two columns, and I put this formula. If this dollar F2 value is greater than 0, then repeat the value in that F2 column, and repeat this star with that F2 value, because this for repeat is you have to repeat the character and number of times. So that is what the formula is. Okay, so that's what I did, and then it is coming 4 times this values. And for this also, for the under budget, because it was coming negative, I have to multiply that by -1, so that I get a positive value, and then apply that formula repeat for the under budget. So and to get this highlighted color, I put this condition formulas. So So this is how I got it. So this worksheet, so I use two values just to get a highlight, the red and the green. So this is how I did it. So if you see this my rule, I just use format only cell that contains no blanks, then apply this condition format, and same thing I did it for the other way for the budget. So any questions, anybody has any issues or anything, you can question me, or I will leave it to Shrikant to have any specific questions.
Yeah,
I think
very
this
good
is what,
actually.
yeah, this is what I did for all these three. I
Perfect.
use if, repeat and round, and also font colors. So this is what I did. Okay.
Perfect. Any questions for Hemant?
Okay. I think most of
Yeah, it's
them.
pretty yeah, self-explanatory in a way. Thanks. I think you can also share this sheet in the group so that others can look at the formula
Okay.
and kind of try it out in their practice sheets. Try to see how they can use it. But this is very
Okay.
good. I think you could apply whatever we have learned, conditional formatting, formulas also. So very nice, very nice. Now let me request Ruchita to share her screen and share her solution.
Can you see my screen, sir?
Yeah, it is coming up.
Okay, so what I did was I made three columns: under budget, month, and exceed budget. In exceed budget, I put the if formula saying that if dollar $C2 is greater than B2, you have to use dollar $C2 minus B2 divided by 100. Otherwise, you have to give the output as NA. So that is what I have put, and then I put OK, and then I selected. I dropped it down to till December, and then I changed the format of this cells to percentage. For under budget, I put the exact opposite output. I asked it to compare and see if C2 is less than B2, then it has to subtract C2 from B2 and divide it by 100, otherwise give the output as any. So this is what I got, and then again I put the type as percentage, and for the font, same like Hemant sir, I have used conditional formatting, and I have put rules wherein the color has to change to red or green.
But how did you put that condition?
uh okay, I
Yeah.
will try in
No, no. Go to that condition formatting.
condition formatting. Yeah, sure. Oh, manage rules. Yeah.
So what formula you again put that
Yeah,
formula
I
if.
put the same formula there, and then I asked it to change the color to red wherever it is applicable, wherever the formula is applicable.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think, yeah, but only thing, if you apply on that column NA or something, that
Haha.
conditional, you will not get that color or something. I don't.
No, no, because I've specifically, I mean, I don't know, Shrikant sir would be in a better position to explain it. But since I've put the exact same condition there, I guess it will just look for for it to
Yeah.
be satisfied, and then it will give the color.
Yes, that's correct.
Correct. And I think you have missed out that repeat or the percent or the number of times that star or something to be.
Yeah, that I couldn't do. I had informed sir that I couldn't use REPT because I did not understand where exactly I'm supposed to use that. So that this is all
No,
that I've
if
done.
you so now if you apply on that percentage, okay,
Hmm.
what you are getting that, and if you
Hmm.
just put in the column H, the repeat of the function,
Okay.
Just add the repeat equal to repeat.
Just a second. Equal to repeat.
REPT, REPT into bracket star quotes star
Okay. Quotes star.
star close the star
Hmm.
comma now
Uh,
G
dollar E2 or G2.
no G
Okay.
just put a G2 or
Okay.
dollar or G2 and close it.
Okay. No.
So you don't get it because you are use the percentage.
Huh. So
Because
that
Okay.
is
every field is percentage, that is why you are not getting it, and that's what I did also. But then
Oh.
I said that is because now you have put percentage, you are not getting it. So if you divide by 100,
Mm-hmm.
don't
or
apply.
multiply this by 100. That also will do.
Yeah,
So here I put
G2
into
into
100.
100.
G2 into 100.
Yes. Yeah. You got 11.
Yeah, correct. So now I'll drop it down.
but if you have NA, then it will not come.
And then it will not work. Yes.
Then you have to
Yeah,
put
then it'll show me a value like this.
then you have to put again outer bracket if condition.
Yeah.
Ha, correct. So I have complicated the things.
Yeah.
Uh, I guess you
Okay.
got an idea. I think this is good.
Okay. So can I stop sharing my screen?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Cool. So let us. We have so the 5-10 minutes to go. So let me just show one thing. I mean, just since we have time, let me show you a couple of interesting things. Or of the one thing, I think we don't have time for a couple of things. So generally, we have all know this. If I start typing 1 2, uh, and I just sorry, so I can actually uh, kind of fill the series. I can do 1 2, and it can go on. And I get 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 kind of a thing. Right? So this is kind of, I'm sure many of you would know this. Do you also know that when I type Monday and say Tuesday, and
You're
I,
not sharing, I think.
oh, I'm so sorry, I'm not sharing the entire screen. Yes, thank you. Okay, can you see now? Can you see the Excel sheet?
I
Yes,
don't see
sir.
your Excel.
It's
I
an
don't
empty
see.
Excel sheet, but we can see.
So if I put 1 2 and I just drag it down, then you put 1 2 3 4 5 6. It put a series kind of a thing. So this is, I'm sure many of you know that this is what happens. Many of us actually use it because that's typically you give a serial number kind of a thing. But you may also know that if you type Monday, Tuesday, and you just start dragging it down, it will give you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Again Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This also kind of happens. This would also happen from one. I mean, this short form of it. Just select this, go down. You get exact short form of it. Similar way you get it. Similarly, it may happen for January, February, March. So you just do this, and then you may want to type
So for
February.
the short forms, it hasn't happened properly. It's Monday, Tuesday,
Oh, sorry. I think. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. I think we should. Oh, Monday. Oh, sorry. Monday, Tuesday. It should have a Wednesday here, no? But it
Yeah.
didn't happen. Wednesday, Thursday. Okay.
I think your issue is that you have typed a TUES. It should be TUE. That's it.
TUE. Yeah. Sorry. It's yes, yes. It has to be 3 letters.
Okay.
Yeah. So now it is kind of working fine. Yes.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Similarly for January, February, we do this. You get this. You can go ahead like this. You can get again December, January, February, March, and I guess same thing will happen with Jan, Feb. You can have 2, 3 letters, and it kind of goes on, and it happens correctly here. Yes. So this is thing. I mean, this is given. Okay. Do you know why it happens? Anybody knows this? How do Excel knows this? Is it built in, or is there something there?
It is built in. It is
Okay.
built in because you have given the rule for the two row.
So let me just do this now. Very low, low. Then I think normal, high, and very high. That is something which. Now, if I try to do this, or let me just try to do this very low and then low, and try to drag this down. Actually, it's not normal. It's average. Very low, low, average, high, very high. Again, very low, low, average, high. And then if I can put it further, it could come as very high. Okay. Now just try it out, these things in your Excel, and let me know whether it works. So try out these things Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then if you have to try January, February, March, and then try this very low, low, normal, not normal, average. It should. So this you can try. Just do that and tell me whether you get this same effect in your Excel. Okay, so Grishma, could you get very low, low, average, high, very high also?
Yeah.
So Mayur here, I'm getting only first two figures, sir.
Monday,
Means
January.
no, that I got it for very low, low
Hmm.
average. I'm not getting, and it's repeating about two words only.
Okay,
Yeah, that
okay, so you're not getting a series like this.
Same error
yes,
for me. I have to put all the five output once, and then then it
yeah,
gets
yeah,
repeated.
Okay, so that is
correct.
what typically happens when you put any, for example, three, and then it always repeat. But this thing, so Grishma, it happened with you for sure. Could you, could you get it like this? Very low, low.
I actually put all five values. Maybe that's
Okay.
why.
Then it worked. Okay. So I will show you the secret here. So you have to click on sort and filter and go to custom sort. When you go to custom sort, we have this sort by something something. Then there's an order and it's a A to Z and Z to A. If it is a number, it will say one to thing or ascending or descending. And there's a custom list. So I click on that and this opens a custom list. And here is where you get this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So here you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that list is defined here. This is actually defined for sorting. So if you have data which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you want to sort, you can sort on that. So because alphabetically it will not make sense. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So this list is actually built for that perspective. So you have Monday, Tuesday, Jan, Feb, January, February. here I got repeated. I guess you may have. So you can open your thing and you can check out what kind of a list you already have. And this list, which is a very low, low, normal, high, is what I define. Okay, this is what I have defined. So to define yours, you could put new list, put a list, and just say add, and then you will get that list. So you could use it even in uh, sorting. So actually it is meant for sorting, not for actually getting the autofill. But as a side effect, you can use autofill. So just to illustrate how this happens, so for example, if I put this column, I do custom sort, and let me just do this only, and I do custom list, and this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I just click this, okay, okay. It sorts it Monday, first, then Tuesday, then Wednesday, kind of a thing. Similarly here, I could do custom sort because I have a custom list. So you may not be able to do it now, but once you defined, you could do it, and it will get very very low first, then all low, then all high, then all very high, and then average. This is because I guess my thing is normal there. I should pick up the right one. Uh, Custom list. I should pick up this, and now it will do it exactly the way I want. Very very high, high, average, low, low, very very low. So I can sort it. So once you define a custom list, it has two benefits. One, you can sort it on that, and secondly, you can get that auto fill kind of a series created for you. Is this clear to you? Do it once. I mean, just to try it out. Good thing to know. Let me know once you are done, or if you have any questions, please ask.
So Mayur here,
Yeah.
when
Hmm.
I add this new list of very high, high, average, very low, low,
Mhm.
all sort criteria must have a column or row specified. Check the selected sort criteria and try again.
Okay, you'll need to share the screen for that. Let us wait a couple of minutes. You're almost done. So after we finish, please share your screen. Please. Then I can tell you what happens.
Yes, sir. You are sharing the screen.
Okay, you can start sharing. Okay, so those who are done, I mean, we are kind of done now. So we let me also close the recording, and we'll look at the individual questions. Yeah, maybe do you want to share your screen first?
Yeah, sharing.
Okay, you have selected the whole dot thing out there. So you need to select only that one column maybe. Then you
Oh,
cancel this and you select a lot of things over there. Yeah.
oh.
So to create a list, you can go ahead and create a list. You don't need to really type it here. Uh, Actually, you got it now.
Now got
Yes,
it.
it is
Yeah,
got.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah. Just because it was selected, it was not
huh,
coming.
perfect.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. Rujita, do you want to share your screen? Do you have
Yeah,
question?
I have a doubt in lookup. Just a second. Uh, I could use the lookup here. I mean, with the first name also, I know how to use VLOOKUP here.
Mhm.
But in the table here, where you taught how to use H lookup and change the name and all of it, I
Mhm.
have not understood anything of it. When I tried it myself again, I was blank.
Okay, can you just go to F3?
Yeah,
F3.
I am in F4, F3. Okay, yeah.
So first of all, you have to use H lookup. So you can delete this. You can delete
Okay.
and equal to H lookup.
Equal to H lookup.
Yeah, just double click on that. Yeah, when you see H lookup there, right down there, you see
Yeah.
the just double click there. It
Okay.
starts giving you so lookup value. So you have to pick up F2, which is
F2.
9. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you have to put a table array. So you have to select that A1 to C8 entire table array,
Okay.
then comma, and now you have to find the row index. So here, uh, this is row index number. So what that could be?
Uh,
Achha, sorry. This is VLOOKUP. I'm so sorry. This is vertically arranged data, so we can't use HLOOKUP here. I'm so sorry. This is VLOOKUP. Okay. So here it is. We know this, right? Eight,
hmm.
and then you can put a column index, which is three,
Which should be 2, right?
three.
3.
The C
Okay.
column. Sorry, three column,
3.
three, and then false.
False. Because we want the exact match.
Yes. Oh,
And
sorry.
then
This is true. True. We want an approximate match because
true.
we are yeah.
And then enter. Okay.
So
So
this is
this shows that if I enter an approximate income amount, it will show me the applicable tax rate for it.
yes.
Okay. Now, how do we use H lookup in this?
For that, go to the next worksheet.
Oh, tax 2. Okay.
Now here, the
Hmm.
same data is there, but it is horizontally aligned.
Okay.
Okay, that's the reason we have to use HLOOKUP. So
Okay.
we
So
can't use
here,
either one of it. Whenever the data is like that, we have to use like this.
correct.
So now put HLOOKUP,
H lookup.
lookup. Double click on that. Select. Just go down. Yeah, double click.
Yeah.
Transfer lookup value. So we have B.
Which is
Yes,
B6,
yes.
comma, table
Table array.
array is from A1 to comma.
And now row
This is
index.
3 again,
You can three here.
comma, true.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, understood. And how do you change the table name from here?
Okay. So you select the table first.
The
Export.
entire table.
Yes.
Okay,
And then just go ahead and override that A1. Just
okay,
click and start typing.
okay. And what name are we supposed to give here?
You can put something like a tax slab 2. Any name we
Tax
can.
slab 2.
Now it will can't have a space. So that's the
Okay,
reason. So that's the reason we generally do this tax all small, then S
okay,
capital, S capital slab.
okay.
Yeah, that is how generally we do it because just make it readable kind of. Yeah, tax slab rate.
Oh, okay, understood. Yeah. Now I can try this on my own again and then I should be able to do it.
Yes. Perfect.
Okay, so I'm done with my doubt. Can I leave?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. So stay back if you have a question. Yes, Shavalini ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, sir. Sir,
Yes.
I would like to ask you one question.